Okay, here's an update on the build. I'm getting it ready for the Canberra International EV Festival. You'll notice here underneath the seat is my Eastern Beaver, yeah you heard it right, Eastern Beaver fuse box, a absorbent glass mat 12 volt battery. That's all mounted on this aluminium plate, pressed into service, contactor. Here you can see that I've changed all the wires over to the orange wires as required by Australian law for the high voltage. I have the 350 amp fuse on the battery pack, and I have the controller mounted in underneath this heatsink aluminium mount area. Down this side is my 12 volt wiring, separated entirely from the high voltage wiring, so stuff that goes to the controller. So here is all of the dash light indicators, throttle, all of that kind of stuff that needs to go to the dash is all on this side, separated from the 12 volt. Dash has moved on a little bit, so all of the stuff's mounted. Dash is in place, it's got permanent battery on it to record information. If I turn on the ignition, the dash now illuminates and drives, and I haven't hooked up the amp meter or the fuel gauge, but the speedo will be working. Pressing the ignition button gives me the green light and the pack voltage. And the throttle runs. I've got to hook up the chain before the meeting on the weekend, and I've got to put the fairings on. Other than that, things are starting to go into their locations, their permanent locations, ready for engineering, probably early January. Just a quick update, this is my DB25 pin for the BMS wiring. For the festival, all I'm currently doing is using the cell logs to monitor. I've got to remember to turn off their timeout so they don't turn off like that one does. But yeah, so that'll give me a bit of noise and a bit of indication of what's going on. You'll notice at the moment that the cells are pretty well balanced across the pack. There we go. Okay, so here's just a look at the bike with the tank on, the quarter panel down there on, and the seat in position. As you can see, all of the 72 volt wiring that's behind and underneath the tank, and the 12 volt which is accessible under the seat, is all hidden, out of reach, out of touch. Okay, so here's the bike. Nose cone, windscreen, mirrors, side panels, all done up and nicely done with some aluminium pro bolts here. Not too bad a fit considering I've got a mix of panels from different aftermarkets at the moment. Gauge set up in the dash, and all the other stuff done. So a little bit of a spit and polish during the week, and attach the chain, sprocket and chain, and it'll be ready.